Hey everyone!
Hello!
Welcome back to the channel. We have another brand new throwback game review for everybody today, and it is all about
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, and as with all of our videos, before we get into the review, this is being recorded on a PS4 Pro, and there will be spoilers ahead, so please keep that in mind as we go forward.
We will tell you everything we can. Even so you don't want to know.
So yeah, let's just jump into it. What were your initial kind of takeaways about the game?
I have to say I did much better than other Tomb Raider games I played earlier.
Yeah. I've never seen you this into a Tomb Raider game, actually.
Yeah, I think I mentioned earlier, just between you and me, I want to play it again.
Yeah. It's, I would say for the kind of Survivor trilogy of Tomb Raider games, this definitely feels the most polished to me. You know, we reviewed the other two in their survival trilogy on this channel, and I really enjoyed the first one more than the second one, but this one I feel like it has some really original kind of things in it, such as the stealth. That's part of the gameplay. You can actually camouflage with mud and then kind of go against walls and sneak attack enemies.
Yeah, especially you can put mud on her bodies. It's very special skill. Only this game have it, and the others they don't have it. Yeah, and somehow I really want to say this is the best one I like it so far. And to compare with the other two we played. Right. And
I would say that goes for the graphics too in the game.
The graphic is the best so far. Yeah.
And there's a lot of like really cool little things that are just added into the game, like the skins. You can actually play as the PlayStation 1 version of Lara Croft. Just a lot of like really cool little throwback things, and I really enjoyed that about the game. Also, the story I found to be much more kind of controlled in this game. The second one in this series felt a little contrived to me, but this one felt more controlled, better paced.
Yeah, and also the story is give you some resources like how she grew up and why she's so good with the climbing puzzle to solve the puzzles and the strengths, everything. Stuff from her childhood. She discovered her house.
Yeah, and I like that it's not just like a cutscene. You actually play as like Lara Croft as a child in this.
Yeah, the little girl.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. And yeah, you have to solve these puzzles in her mansion, which was really cool too. And you got to see her mom and her dad and kind of the family dynamic, which is something that's always been in the games, but more of, just kind of discussed lightly. But to actually see kind of the family dynamic within this game, I thought was really cool too.
And her friend?
Jonah.
Yeah, Jonah also again through the whole story in this game too. And I remember I was asking, I said, how about the other members? Where they are?
Yeah, that was still something from the original game. There were some memorable characters that made it off the island, and Jonah was one of them. But I've said this in the last review, and Jonah never dies. Like, Jonah can go through the worst circumstances, and I think that is a through line with this trilogy, and it happens again in this game, is Jonah's put in these kind of, is he alive? What happened to him? Jonah's always getting stolen, or you think he died, and then he doesn't die. Yeah, or he gets kidnapped, and Laura has to save him. Like, Laura, just stop bringing Jonah with you. Like, you know?
Yeah, every time if she knows Jonah is passed away, she will become super dark.
Yeah.
Crazy dark girl to end someone's life.
Yeah, totally. And I still, it would have been great to have seen Sam in this game because the last game didn't have Sam, and Sam was a huge part of the first game, and Sam made it off the island alive with everyone, so I think they just kind of went, yeah, no more Sam, even though Sam was a huge part of the first game in the trilogy.
That's true. And I'm glad I tried to save some puzzles myself this time without your help.
Yeah.
Small ones, easy ones.
Yeah, I'll say the gameplay. I also think the gameplay's the most refined in this game. No more kind of arrow puzzles where you're shooting a wall and you have to jump to the multiple arrows that you shot. Now it's, I would say, much more straightforward, and yeah, Yajing actually did a lot of the combat in this game. If you saw our other reviews, this kind of, the past two Tomb Raider games, when we ran into combat, she would always just give me the controller. But this one she actually did...
Try to solve some.
Yeah, you did a lot of the combat in this one, and the puzzles.
Yeah. Well, it's good, so that's why I start liking it, this game. But I want to say one deficiency to me. If they can make the Tomb Raider, the story, more carefully.
Yeah.
Like the Yakuza.
Yeah.
You know, the story continues.
Right.
So when you play the next game, you know what they are talking about. Sometimes they talk about the previous game.
Right.
Yeah, the storyline's more continued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These definitely feel like their own adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Tomb Raider game to me is like, oh, why her father is in different ending. You know, we both know how he passed away. But every game kind of make him end differently.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that horrible movie came out that put him on the island. We won't even talk about that movie. But yeah, I think one other quick thing, just to mention about the game in general, was the graphics are incredible, and there's some really nice set pieces in this game. Like, you are in an active flood situation where, you know, you went down like rapids in the previous games in this trilogy, but in this one there's like the earth is being destroyed basically, and
yeah, she took it. She took the treasure.
Yeah. Every time she should learn. Every time she takes a treasure.
I remember you said, don't take it, don't take it.
Yeah, you know something's gonna happen. And yeah, every time there's at least two big things, massive set pieces in the game. And one of them is that flood where you're just being washed through the city that's being destroyed by a flood. And it's really, really crazy and beautiful.
The other one is earthquake.
Yeah, the earthquake. The earthquake is crazy as well. There's like mudslides.
Yeah.
And it's a really massive set piece.
We need to survive during the disaster when happening. It was,
Not to mention, this game, it takes place in South America, so it's very different than the graphics or the environments of the first two games in the trilogy. And yeah, it's dense forests, really beautifully made, lots of animals in the forests. Just really, really nice looking game.
Yeah, the animals, especially, and a lot of the trees, and like Maya culture.
Yeah, there's like these
statues and the wall pictures.
Yeah, and there's like hidden cities.
Yes.
Which I'm happy, that was mentioned, because that doesn't appear in the other games. There's not actually like cities with people that live in them that you're kind of exploring, and you get to experience a couple of them in this game. And yeah, that's actually pretty cool. There's merchants in this game. So it definitely did veer a little bit away from the first two games in the trilogy, but I would say for the better.
Yes. And also this time in this story, someone, not a Jonah, but someone else sacrificed their life.
Yeah.
For her.
Yeah, good point.
And the end is kind of bizarre to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somehow she accepts they are magic or secret power.
Yeah. It's kind of, yeah, it definitely goes into, yeah, kind of mystical kind of places. This one I would say more than the other two. Like the first one got pretty mystical with like magic and stuff at the end of the game as well. But this one definitely goes, it takes it a step further, I'd say, towards the end. But in a cool way, like based on more Mayan kind of blood rituals and sacrifices and things like that.
Yeah. We mentioned the story and the graphic. We should talk about the sounds and the music.
Oh yeah, what do you think about the sounds?
I think the sounds and the music are pretty follow the original games, and it's very similar to me. But they do add some different music because it's in the original forest and some, you know, and they are like local music in there, mix it.
Yeah, that's a great point. You know, and I would just say too, the voice acting once again is great in the game. Really top-notch voice acting, and yeah, the sound is really good. You definitely get nervous when you're supposed to, and the tension rises with the music, and it's very well put together.
Yeah. So you think we can start rate it?
Yeah, let's review it. So yeah, out of 5 stars, I'm really curious, what would you rate Shadow of the Tomb Raider?
3.8.
3.8. Okay, well, I'm gonna go with a 4.0 out of 5 stars. Yeah, pretty close on this one.
Yes.
Yeah, and that means a blended score of 3.9 out of 5 stars. Really good game though. I did enjoy it. You said this is the first one you're actually gonna replay.
Yeah, I feel like it. I will. The other two earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally fair. Totally fair. Yeah, we want to hear what you think. Have you played Shadow of the Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
And if you have, do you think 3.9 out of 5 stars is a fair rating for it?
And Peter told me this is the newest Tomb Raider game, right?
Yeah.
So have you ever played this one yet? Or what's your experience in the game? Please let us know.
Yeah, and thanks so much for stopping by the channel. As always, we'll have a brand new travel video for you at the end of the week from Seoul, South Korea. So we'd love to see you stop by and check that out as well.
Yes.
But yeah, thank you again, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
We will see you next time.
Bye, everyone.